No matter what it is in life that you want, you gotta go out there and get it. Just don't let it come to a sleeper but a dream. Never give up on your goals, stay focused on you. Focus your view, succeed, cause I'm hoping you do. Keep climbing up the ladder, cause the key to success. Go hard and go home, never settle for less. Life is stress, but we gotta deal with it, homie. Send a prayer to the man to put a shield on it. Work hard for what you get, appreciate what you got. You can always improve, just don't stop. Going for your dream to achieve in your life. Gotta take a chance like rolling the dice. It won't come to you, so you gotta go get it. At the end of the day, add up the digits. Miss Price used to say, if there's a will, there's a way. So I live by it until this very day. I kept on mashing and I never gave up. Me believing in myself is the way I came up.
Never hold you down, you gotta get up. These are your dreams, never give up. Never ever give up. You gotta keep on hustling, keep on rocking. You gon' make it, keep believing. Never ever give up.
I'ma keep hustling till I'm down in the dirt. Number one rule is...
What's up, team? This is Robert Porter with the I Love San Bernardino County Radio Show on KCAA NBC 106.5 FM, 1050 AM. We will talk politics, culture, history, and today some boxing. In a minute, we'll do an interview here with Leo Ruiz, who's a local from San Bernardino and has a great boxing record, and he'll tell us all about it. A good neighbor of ours, I've actually met him one time doing the neighborhood association. We have Michael Lennon in the house today, and then of course we have my beautiful mom, Della Porter, in the house as well. So thank you all for coming today. Before we get into the show, I'd like to mention our sponsors. Today, first I'll mention Fire Mariscos and Wings on Court Street. They got some bomb Mariscos. They got some good tacos. They have some good seafood. So if you want a shrimp cocktail, or you want some mariscos, or you want some spice, they have it all. And they have a really a good salsa, Mom? It's like diced up cucumbers and yeah, it's really good. It's a little on the sweeter side and not super spicy, but it's good. Yeah. So and they fry their own chips, so you grub down there. So Geraldo Del Campo, the owner over there, supports I Love San Bernardino here, and we appreciate him and Fire Mariscos. We just went to Downtown Food Fest on Saturday, and they had their set up right there. So it's really good to support local businesses downtown, so we can keep them there, right?
We need that.
Yeah. So once a Carousel Mall development takes root, and we actually get some people living downtown, there'll be places for them to eat. There'll be places for the local businesses and offices to eat. And of course, the politicians get a spot to grab, too.
Right, exactly.
Also, I have to mention Celebrities Bar and Grill on 40th Street. Last Tuesday, Max had a meeting on the unhoused, and it actually turned into a little bit of a shouting match against the politicians and the city workers. Because people are very frustrated with what's going on with the unhoused and homeless situation. It's not that they're mad directly at the homeless. It's that they're mad at the criminal activity that's associated with that, the drug use, the mental illness, and things like that. So what we basically got out of the meeting, and it was good for Max to have a place for the community to express themselves, was that they are working on reaching a certain threshold of beds available for our homeless, and at that point they can enforce anti-camping ordinances and things like that. So until we reach that threshold, we kind of have to we got to let them camp in Wildwood Park.
Have no patience.
There is talk of park rangers coming up soon. So. At Paris Hill Park, Wildwood, and Seckham Lake. So I don't know how that's all going to work out, and it hasn't even been put on the agenda yet for City Council. But that would be interesting to help protect our parks.
Right. Oh, for sure.
And then there is the Project Fighting Chance. I'm sure you've heard of them before, right?
I think so,
local, They moved into Ruben El Campo community center, and they got their bar. They moved from the west side over to the west side at the Home of Neighborly Services property to this new one, and man, they got a good spot over there. So. We're building our parks up slowly and everything, but I got a little away from what Max is doing at Celebrities. Can't forget about the sponsorship. Go get a hamburger.
Right.
Go get a beef dip, a Celebrities dip, or a steak special. They got a steak special for $9.99 there. Get a tequila or get a margarita. I'll get a virgin daiquiri, and we'll have a good time. My mom loves Celebrities. You love Max too, right?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite part about Celebrities, Mom?
The steak. And Max.
Yeah.
I like Max.
Yeah. And he does a lot to try to help the community. He's sometimes vocal and he does things a little differently than most, but his point is to like really do what's best for San Bernardino.
Right,
in general.
got you.
And my mom is the San Bernardino standout of the week.
Awesome.
Yay! So this segment is brought to you by Ben Chavez from First Lineage Site Services. He's trying to help put a focus on some locals within our community that have gone above and beyond and put their name out there. And my mom, she's volunteered since I can remember. And it being Mother's Day, I can't think of a better person to showcase for a standout of the week than my own mama right here.
Exactly.
We'll tell them. Where were you born, Mama? Tell them.
Right here in San Bernardino.
That's right.
And what year was that? We're not.
1953.
1953,
Wow.
and there's a reason that I brought this up because my mama has a milestone coming up at the end of the month. So
Yes, I'm going to be 70 years old at the end of the
no,
month.
she's
Happy
gonna be
birthday.
70 years young at the end of the month, and I want to thank her for everything she's done for me. Even driving me to the show today because our car's in the shop. So I'm not on the rental
right.
agreement. So I got a ride here. Mama, like you, like I like to call her Madre as well. You volunteer at your church. So tell everybody what you do at the church, in your church.
I do what is called the Orange Blossom class, which is handicapped children, and it's lots of fun.
Wow.
Right now, I'm
That's pretty
just
awesome.
subbing in there because I've been sick in the past, and they're watching out for me, so they don't want me to get sick again. So, but I sub in there, and sometimes I sub for the babies, and I really like that. I love holding the babies, and
Awesome. Yeah.
So my
That's
mom
pretty cool.
parents go to church. Yeah.
That's cool.
and she goes to the church the Packing House Church right down here on Alabama and San Bernardino.
Really? Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So she's been involved in the community her whole life. She even worked for Kentucky Fried Chicken back in the day on
Wow.
Campus Crusade for Christ. The School of Hope,
Yeah.
right? So these are all. They're actually just recently. They're turning the School of Hope into a homeless resource center.
Wow. Amen.
So that property there, they're turning it into that.
Amen. Praise God. That's awesome.
We my mama also is a retired school teacher here at the San Bernardino Unified School District, but she also still volunteers with me helping Native American kids do art at our Indian Education Night every year. She comes out there and teaches.
Wow.
We made these. You see how you stamp the leather and everything.
Yeah,
It's stamped with an arrowhead, my favorite thing, and things like that. So we
That's
teach
pretty
all the
awesome.
kids that stuff, and we do all kinds of stuff in that class with Sindra Weber and the San Bernardino Unified School District. But my mom comes out and just helps and does her thing.
Amen.
And not only that, she helps a lot of people get food. If people need food or help, she knows all the food banks and
I
things
worked
like
at
that.
5 different food banks.
Wow.
So she knows that game very well, and she knows how to get people the help that they need. So and she
Amen.
goes out of her way to help people. And she's donated more avocados to San Bernardino than probably anybody in the whole city. Because we've been giving avocados out for a long time now, Mama. Huh? What year did you planted the avocados before I was born?
Well, we moved in the house in 1970, so.
Wow.
And we planted the trees then, so.
So Michael Lennon here is our neighbor directly behind us.
Yeah, right behind. Yeah. I got an avocado tree too.
Yeah.
Also, my
And I
backyard.
just met him today.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to get you to come to our neighborhood
sure.
association meeting. We'll be at Denny's at 6:00
Uh-huh.
this Wednesday. But
Okay.
it's every Wednesday, so if you can't make this one, you come to the
Awesome.
other ones. Come bring your wife, kids, have a little something to eat. I'm
pretty
also
awesome, for sure.
our local commissioner here for the Arts and Historical Preservation Commission, and we just had our commissioners meeting on like of all our commissioners, right?
Mhm.
So like our councilman David Alexander in the 7th Ward has, I think it's 13 different commissions, or
Wow.
maybe I'm wrong with that, but like he has a lot of them. We all got together, and then you got to hear what's going on in all the commissions around the city, and got an idea what's going on with animal control. And they're having a really hard time. They can't even take cats anymore.
Wow.
So like, and they're having to, there's way too many big dogs. So we got to do our part and spay and neuter our pets team. And if you know somebody that can rescue an animal, they need to go there and help, because
Right.
yeah. And if you can start a rescue, I think there's really a need.
For sure.
And we had a neighbor
over.
that moved and left 3 cats. And then there was other cats that came to be with those cats, and so I took them all and I had them all fixed so that they wouldn't multiply. And now they live on my front porch.
And they all have, like, if you ever seen a cat with its ear clipped at the top and it's flat, that
Right.
means that it's been fixed by
Oh, wow.
a rescue and it's a stray. Right?
Wow.
So you know it'll be
wow.
fixed. So you
So that's
learn
what-
something new every day, right?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So I want to thank you, Mama. I love you very much. Happy birthday and happy Mother's
birthday.
Day. And
All of it
Happy
this
Mother's
month.
Day too. Yeah, I know everything.
and you are San Bernardino's standout of the week.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
All right. Oh, so we introduced Michael Lennon, and what happened is he got a hold of me, and he's like, "Hey, I know this boxer that is from San Bernardino and everything,"
Right.
and it didn't click to me. A lot of people come from the side and try to set up interviews and stuff. So most of the time I'm like, "Hey, if you're willing to like try," I mean, I'm usually pretty like, "Let's roll with it," right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even thinking twice about it. It just actually helps me fill up a show a date that I didn't have filled. So I was like, "Man, this is really cool. This is working out." And then I started looking at it all today, and I was like, "Wait a second. Yeah, you came on with Fresh Cuts back in the day." And I was like, "Oh yeah." So I looked it up, and there's a little information there. You're 4-0 at the time.
Yeah, 4-0.
And still boxing your butt off. So
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
you're now at 12
12-0, yeah.
12-0, right? So you've had a total of 8 fights since then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you look mature? Like,
Yeah.
do you feel like you matured as a professional boxer now, or?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm learning each and every fight, and every day that I'm in the gym, I feel like I'm learning and maturing every day.
Are you considered a I'm
considered professional.
That occurs once you start receiving like prize purses, or how does that work?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, or
kind of.
sponsorships.
Not really. It's there's difference between amateur and professional level boxers. It's a whole different whole different world, but it's basically when you start getting paid and basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you got your first paycheck, what did that feel like? How old were you? Was it your first fight, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I was 19 when I went pro, but boxing. There's not always a whole lot of money involved. in it.
Oh yeah, I understand. But did it felt good, right? Or
Yeah, I mean, it felt good. I didn't get paid a whole lot, but just knowing that that it's possible to get paid even more. It felt good.
Has it increased at all?
Yeah, it definitely increased a little bit.
So
sure.
as your record increases, do the purses increase?
Yeah, they increase. It all depends on what promoter, what show you're fighting in, but it all depends on the fight as well.
Yeah, we had Eugene Weems on, and he's like a street fighting champion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, here locally. Yeah,
I don't think
And,
they get paid.
There was those are decent purses there. So like
wow.
it was possible if you do good, like you can
Right.
win, right?
Yeah, exactly.
To make some money. I just love that you're making money at something you love to do, and that is
Right.
awesome. And you've consistently done it for the last 5 years, right?
Exactly, yeah, 5 years.
So that's it's hard to run a business for 5 years straight.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Have you are you training anybody yourself, or are you just doing all the boxing?
No, I don't do no training myself.
Do you think eventually you might end up being a trainer? What's your trainer's name?
My trainer, Robert Garcia. It's more than just one trainer though. We have 4 or 5, like 4 trainers that it's basically a team. But the head guy is Robert Garcia.
Okay. The reason I put this because eventually there'll be a day where you're not doing as many fights and
Yeah,
everything.
right.
But we want to keep you here at San Bernardino, and
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you'd have an awesome school, dude.
For sure, that'd be awesome.
With boxing, like I can. So if I was going to get in the ring with someone, I would probably be a little scared, man.
Yeah.
I'm probably a lot scared.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever feel that way, or do you use it to your advantage, or how does that work?
Not necessarily scared, more maybe nervous. In boxing anything can happen. We all risk our lives in the ring, so we don't know what's gonna happen up there. But it's a mixed emotions of excitement, nervousness. So it's a mixed feeling really. But as soon as when you get up there and the first bell rings, everything goes away, and I've done it a million times. Go up and spar. We spar 3 times a week when I'm in training camp. So I feel like I'm at home in there after the first bell rings.
Speaking of bells ringing, have you ever had your bell rung? Like, isn't that when you feel a little dizzy?
Yeah.
Or
I feel like as a fighter, we all have. Got in hit
like
real good.
Even with your sparring partners sometimes,
Yeah,
right?
it happens. It happens to all the boxers. It happens to everyone, but not necessarily like too much. But you always get hit with a good shot.
And what is it? Just feels dizzy, or because sometimes people like drop to their knees. Like,
Yeah.
there's different reactions
Right.
that happen when you get hit on the side. Is it the side of the head
Yeah.
that occurs from?
Fortunately, I haven't been hit like that, so I
Yeah,
don't
you're
really
like,
know.
I get out of the way.
And we don't plan to either. We don't plan to get hit like
so-
that either.
I mean, but there's
I just
been
know
times,
all
yeah.
fighters that prepare, and,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't. I couldn't do what you do, and I probably
Yeah.
wouldn't either, because I'd probably just end up on the mat, right?
Yeah.
Were
Black
you
eye.
inspired by somebody?
Not necessarily, but when I started boxing, my older brother had started boxing before me at Meadowbrook Boxing Academy here
Okay, right.
in San Bernardino,
Yeah.
off Allen and Rialto. And he was boxing about a solid year and a half or 2 before I started. So I was always around him, and I was always go see him spar or hit the bag and train, hit the mitts and stuff. And one day I decided just to give it a shot, and I started boxing, and you guys know the rest.
So, you've never lost a fight ever?
I lost an amateur fight before,
Okay.
yeah, but not as a professional boxer, no.
Okay. When you see someone who's coming up in the game and they're boxing too, what kind of advice do you give them?
I'd say that boxing, first and foremost, is a really hard sport. I feel like you have to have good discipline and always be motivated to train, because you can't play boxing. You can't ask for no substitutes when you're in the ring or anything. So when anybody is gonna start boxing, I always tell them to always, if you're gonna do it right, and always give your 100% all the time. Yeah.
Did So you started with your brother. Were you just sparring around, and you decided, like, did your parents say, "Hey, we need to put you in boxing," or were you getting
No.
in too many fights with your brother? Or?
No, no, not necessarily. I never, I never fought with my older brother or none of my brothers, but my older brother just started because he wanted to lose weight and
Okay.
he just wanted to, drop some weight and.
Did it work?
Oh yeah, he got real skinny. He got real skinny. Yeah, he got in shape and.
Dude, I don't
Yeah.
like the picture you showed me. I mean, is there any fat on your body, dude? Like.
I hold all the fat. I got it.
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm real good with my diet and stuff. I mean, probably right now. I mean, after my fight, I like to enjoy life a little bit and and eat some food that I can't when I'm in training camp.
So when you're in training, what is your diet like?
I don't have too much of a strict diet in like quantities, but I just don't eat no junk food or nothing like that. Don't eat no street food. Everything. I just cook for myself really. I'm my own chef.
Like vegetables and
yeah, a lot of
meat and-
vegetables,
yeah.
beef, chicken, fish, and I mean in the morning I always eat eggs and potatoes. Probably the same thing I eat every day.
Do you run every day?
Not every day. I don't run every day. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's people that probably say they run every day, and who knows if they do or don't. But I don't run every day. We do strength conditioning. My strength conditioning coach advises not to run. So a lot of old school boxing. That's what it was. They would run every day. But now we're implementing more strength conditioning and sprints and. But I do run. I like running. Honestly, I love to run. And if I could run every day, I probably would. But we have to listen to our bodies,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you started. How old were you? You're training at Meadowbrook at what age?
I started when I was about, I say 11 or 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you eventually did you outgrow? Did that gym leave or
No.
you found a better manager or how does that work?
Yeah, that's what basically happened. Once I wanted to go pro, I started having difficulties. Wanting to go pro and start and get my pro debut in. So I was offered a better manager and a trainer in Riverside, and I went through with that.
Well, I mean, these are what you're doing is at being an athlete, but it's also a business.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely. It's a
you
business.
have to make those business decisions. Sometimes
Right.
get involved in no hard feelings or nothing.
Exactly.
But do those gyms still exist?
Yeah, Meadowbrook, it's still up and running
It's a
there.
good place to start, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
sure.
definitely. Yeah, it
Did you ever
is.
go visit or?
I haven't recently. No, I haven't recently. But
I can imagine
yeah.
all the kids are like, "Oh, they're on the start."
For sure. Yeah.
Like I mean, like I imagine like they really look up to you. Knowing that you came from the same spot they could come from. And they
Exactly.
can someday, maybe, be a
Yeah,
professional
that's what it's all
boxer.
about. Coming from San Bernardino, you don't hear about too many people, making it to a big stage or anything. I mean, I'm not saying that I have, but I wanna be the inspiration to all the kids where I started, in Meadowbrook or anywhere in San Bernardino. I want to show them that there's a possibility that you could make your dreams come true.
Do you have you said you have a brother? Do you have a significant other or?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
Yes.
have any kids yet or?
No kids yet.
okay.
Not yet.
All right. And where do you live right now?
I live actually here in San Bernardino, close to downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Did you make it to Downtown Food Fest?
Actually, no, I didn't. No.
We also have San Bernardino Art Walks once a month, so you
Okay.
can follow them on Instagram, and everybody's got to get together somewhere. I was thinking
Exactly.
you could set up a Leo Ruiz table over there.
Oh
and
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we love
definitely.
that. For
sign
sure.
things like that,
Yeah, that'd be
right?
cool.
Yeah.
Building up the promotion aspect.
Exactly.
That's a big thing. How do you get people to come to your fights, and where do you fight for that matter?
Honestly, mostly social media. When I get a a fight, especially here locally, I get tickets that have to sell. I have them in hand sometimes, and social media. My brother right here, Mike Lennon, he always helps me out with it too. And there's always someone that that is always gonna know somebody else that will that had never been to a professional boxing fight and would love to support.
And where's the ring usually at?
The fights that I've done here in San Bernardino were at the Club Event Center off of Waterman and
Red's Boulevard.
Yeah, Red Boulevard.
He's fought in Vegas. He's
Yeah.
fought MGM Grand. He's fought Ontario.
Yeah, I fought in Texas a couple of times already.
yeah.
Alright.
So it's worldwide.
Yeah, man, going everywhere.
Yeah.
And you have a fight set for January.
July
July
1st.
1st.
Oh,
Yeah.
July
Yeah,
1st.
July 1st.
Where's that going to be located?
That one is gonna be right there again in the Club Event Center in San Bernardino. I think this time it's gonna be a outside event because the past shows that we have done there, they're inside the facility, but this time it's gonna be an outside event, and hopefully we could fit more people there as an outside
The
event.
last one he did, the other day he co-mained, it sold out. Like it sold out completely, so they couldn't even
Yeah.
fit people in. When people were walking out, people were in line. Hey, they walked out. Could I go in?
Yeah.
So that's what's so.
Bernardino
Yeah,
star!
you know. So it's definitely it's drawn the people out and inspired them. Like, hey, man, this kid's doing something.
Yeah,
And,
it's a tight knit community, the boxing
Right.
world
Yeah.
in San Bernardino. It is
Yeah.
actually a pretty. There's lots of different groups, but it's pretty big.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
I
like,
feel like there's a lot of talent out here.
And that comes to my next question. Like, how do you decide who you're gonna fight? Like, how does that work? There's a lot of talent.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a lot of talent that's equivalent at your level, or do you have to search out of the state, or how does that work?
Well, in every boxing show, there's hired matchmakers for that. There's always a budget they have between the show. I don't really know too much about it, but the promotions all have hired matchmakers. They sometimes fly out fighters from different states, or sometimes it could be a local fighter. But I don't really control who I fight next or anything like that. It's the matchmaker that goes ahead and puts everything together and makes the event.
Is it better that way?
Yeah.
Because there's no emotions involved.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that there's matchmakers, because it gives everybody a job there. It gives them a job to do, and yeah.
So when do you know who your opponent is in July?
No, not yet. No, not
Okay.
yet.
When will you know that?
Yeah, it's
Like 2 weeks before, or
sometimes it's always it's not it's always different. It's always random. And sometimes it could be a month and a half or a couple weeks, or
have you ever had an opponent start to talk trash as soon as you find out?
You know what? No, actually I haven't. All my opponents have actually been pretty respectful towards me, and I respect who respects me. So I'm not the type of person to talk trash either.
So
Yeah.
it's not like Rocky when you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
So you fight and you get to travel around and stuff.
Yeah.
Like what do you do when you're not training and traveling everywhere? Like, you have to make time for your lady and your family.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always training year round, so it's always basically the same thing. When I'm not fighting, I'm always training and going to the gym. So it's basically my job. I do it every day.
Do you like to go hiking, or?
You know what I do? I like to go hiking. I have 3 dogs that I take hiking with my lady.
Alright,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Where do you go? Not to put you on the spot. Do
Yeah.
you go anywhere around here, or?
Yeah, we go actually to Paris Hill Park. Sometimes we walk there, or we go to Loma Linda.
Have you taken?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, Loma Linda's got that park over there. Oh, what's it
On the
called?
hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go all the way up Mountain View.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right there.
Hilda Crooks Park.
Something
there.
like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, that's got a good spot to go.
Yeah.
What about? Have you ever been to Blair Park?
Yeah, I've been to Blair Park. Yeah.
Running up that thing, I think that would.
Yeah, I've run there before too.
Yeah,
I
man,
like Blair
that.
Park.
There's that one part.
that place scares
it's
me.
Like, woo!
Yeah, it's real steep, huh?
Yeah, that's good stuff. All right, well, let's delve a little bit. Like, so how do you do the promotion for him, or you just help him out with getting the social media, or what's your role in this, Michael?
I've been with Leo for the past, I think, almost like 5 years, maybe maybe going on 6 years. So it's helping with everything as far as the promotional part, whatever I got to do to help him out. Shirts, we do sponsors, and really just helping him with whatever he needs. And being there is from the littlest things. Hey,
Exactly.
Social media posts, or I run another account for us on social media, and just really helping them out, get out there a lot more. You know what I mean? And really put us, and we were open to other sponsors, but we try to keep it in house with San Bernardino. Whoever's local, we try to help them. Hey, we come up, we all do. It's not just him. It's we're all in this together. Right. So yeah, I just help them out with that.
So if somebody did want to sponsor you, like how would they go about that? Like how would they get a hold of you, or like how does that work?
You could
Instagram?
Yeah, you can message my brother Mike Lane on Instagram, or myself, or whoever you decide to. My brother right here is real friendly. He don't bite.
Yeah. I've just had a question about your gloves.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you decide like what type of glove to wear? Is that decided for you, or how does that work?
Okay. The only thing decided for me is the ounces that we all use. Is the weight class that.
So like what could you explain that weight class to us?
Yeah. So basically, I fight at the 154 division. You could call it junior middleweight or super welterweight. So it's 154. And starting at that certain weight division, we all wear 10 ounces. So 154 and up, up to heavyweight, I think they wear 10 ounces. But
so that means the gloves weigh
10 ounces.
To each or
yeah,
together?
Yeah, each glove is 10 ounces. But as far as the brand and the colors and all that, you could pick whatever brand suits you best or whatever you like, preferably. But as long as it's 10 ounces, yeah.
Does it ever get more weight added to the gloves, or does that ever happen?
No, it always stays the same. But the lower weight classes, they fight with smaller gloves. They fight with 8 ounces.
Yeah.
Is there a significant difference between getting hit with 8
Definitely.
and a 10?
Yeah, definitely. I haven't fought with 8-ounce gloves, but I have tried them on, and it's only 2 ounces, but it makes a hell of a difference.
You're like,
Yeah,
you're speeding.
Yeah, honestly,
Flash,
they're real small compared to the 10-ounce gloves. Yeah.
Okay, well that's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Always because you don't have a lot of equipment. Shorts. How do you decide that? You pick your own colors.
Yeah, we all pick our own colors. I have a guy that custom makes my shorts, and whatever color I tell him, or sometimes I even tell him just to do any design he wants, just with specific colors that I want. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What about your shoes?
My shoes. I like wearing Nike Hyper KO 2.0s or the.
So they're athletic shoes.
Yeah, they're all boxing shoes. Yeah, we could all pick our own preference. Yeah.
What about like do you have to put anything on your face before a fight?
Yeah, our cutmen usually just put Vaseline. Yeah, a little bit of Vaseline in the face.
And what does putting Vaseline on your face do?
It helps when to make the glove slide off your face if you get hit. It helps it slide off your face instead of making a full impact really.
And is it just as easy to get cut or have a bleed on your face from no Vaseline, or is it that Vaseline helps prevent that?
Yeah, Vaseline. I mean, it doesn't 100% prevent it, but it does help.
So have you ever had to bleed on your face? Or?
No, I mean,
you got out of the way.
Yeah,
Out of there.
yeah. Thank God I haven't got cut in my career yet.
Have you seen it happen before?
Yeah, I've seen it happen before. Even in TV and undercard fights that I've been in. I've seen a lot of fights.
It's not like Rocky where they're like, cut me, man, cut me.
Nah, what you see in Rocky movies is yeah, it's not really the same.
But so like if you do get a cut, what does this fight automatically stop, or do they try to stop the bleeding, or?
It depends on the doctor. The doctor has a say on that. But we all have our cut men. If the doctor lets the fight continue, we all have our cut men that work on the cuts during the fight.
When someone gets knocked down, how does that work? Like, do you have to stop immediately
Yeah.
from hitting them?
Yeah, as soon as it's either their glove, either the glove touches the canvas or their knee touches the canvas, we have to stop, immediately, and go to the neutral corner or wherever the referee
What the
points
neutral
to.
corner is where you started at originally, or or
Just
the
On the
side.
opposite quarter.
yeah,
corner from the
yeah, opposite corner from where you knock down your opponent, or the referee will point you to whatever corner he wants you to go to.
And at that point, the other boxer, can they jump up and hit you, or like do they have to
No.
come up and get set again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
as soon as you go down, your glove or your knee touches the canvas, the referee automatically has to give you an 8 count. No matter if you're fine or you're still wobbly or you haven't gotten up, he has to give you an 8 count.
And that how do you get out of a count?
I mean, as soon as you get up, the referee's gonna count to 8, and you basically just have to beat the 10 count. As soon as you're up in your feet and you're good, the referee's just gonna count to 8 to give you the 8 seconds to recover.
He'll ask you, "Are you okay?
Yeah,
Good to go."
and then you continue to fight.
And so the referee can technically, of course, stop the fight.
Exactly.
The doctor is there a doctor for both people at the same time, or one in each side?
I think there's just one doctor for the fight.
And they can stop the fight.
Yeah,
too?
yeah, they can stop the fight if the cut is bad.
What about your coach?
Your coach could definitely throw in a towel. The coaches could throw in a towel. The ref could stop the fight, or the doctor could stop the fight as well.
So let's talk about a little bit about your coach.
Okay.
What do you like best about him?
I like that. He's a
Say his name one more time.
Robert Garcia.
Robert
Yeah.
Garcia.
Garcia.
I mean, he's a well-known trainer. I like the system in the gym. He has a lot of fighters, so of course there's not only one. It's not only him in the gym. There's 4 other guys in there, us helping us out. And so
Are they like strength training, endurance?
Yeah.
Do they have specialties? Or?
yeah, well, there's 3 other boxing trainers there that help him with the boxing, the drills, the mitts, and then he has another strength conditioning coach that helps us out after our sparrings.
Any other boxers that are coming up in the leagues with him, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Lots, yeah.
we have a lot of talent in that gym, and that's what I like about that gym. There's always someone good, in there that you're gonna spar and continue to.
So you're
to get
all
better.
you're all learning from each other.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then we're probably the best gym out here in California. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the age ranges at the gym?
You know what? They actually have amateur classes there as well. I'm not sure what's the age ranges in the amateurs. It's probably like 7, 8 years old and up. Yeah.
So if there's parents out there watching and they live in San Bernardino or surrounding area, and they're like, man, my kid might be getting bullied, or my kid is getting into trouble. Should they start them boxing? Would that help them?
Yeah, it definitely helps for self-defense. But when you start boxing, even the boxing coaches will tell you that they wouldn't advise you to fight anywhere else but in the gym.
Okay.
Yeah.
But getting involved with boxing, it takes you. It takes you off the streets, so you're always busy. You're
I like
Exactly.
in the discipline part. Is
Oh, yeah.
something
Sure.
that a lot of kids are missing
Yeah,
nowadays.
and honestly, when you start boxing, I think, I don't know about everyone else, but I fell in love with it. And honestly, I always loved the feeling of getting better and improving. So it definitely kept me, wanting to go to the gym. It's not because I had to. It's because I wanted to. When I started boxing, I was like, man, I can't wait to go to the gym. And I don't know if it's like that for everyone, but for myself, I think it really helped me out with staying out of the streets and things like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And loving what you do, man.
Yeah.
It's not easy to find something that you love to do.
Exactly,
And
you know.
stay with it.
Exactly.
Did your coach? Did he box prior to
Yeah.
coaching, or?
Yeah, actually, he was a world champion. He from Oxnard.
Mhm.
Yeah, from Oxnard.
Yeah.
He was a world champion. He was a elite fighter as well. So, he knows what it takes to be a world champion.
Yeah, and that's the kind of teacher or a mentor you need when you want to reach those upper echelons.
Exactly.
You mentioned the weights. You were 145?
154.
154. Like, have you? We've heard of people like gaining a lot of weight or losing weight to fit into different categories.
Exactly.
Is that ever suggested, or like, would you ever do that?
I mean, most of us, I'm not gonna say all of us, but most of us, we all cut weight to make the weight, and then we all rehydrate. That's that. And
Would you don't want to be in a bigger weight class, or how does that work? Like,
the only thing with that is, say if I move up in weight, that guy most likely had to cut weight. So when he rehydrates, he's gonna be a much bigger man.
he's a bigger dude.
Yeah, he's gonna be a bigger man and stronger. While on the other hand, I'm gonna be at the same weight that I went in because that's my natural weight. Yeah.
Not to say that you still won't probably knock him out, right?
Well, yeah. At the end of the day, the skills pay the bills, though. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's just a little advantage that
and
I'll
that
have.
does make sense, and that's how they keep it fair
Yeah.
by putting you up against someone who's kind of equal.
Yeah. Exactly.
But once you get to a certain weight, like
Yeah.
the big boys, what they call heavyweights.
Yeah, the heavyweights.
Yeah, like George Foreman was. Like one time, man, I got.
Yeah, big guy.
He was pretty darn. He was pretty
Yeah.
old too when he did that. Right?
Yeah. It was big.
Mike Tyson, for example, like he's left the boxing world
Mm-hmm.
to be an entrepreneur. He's even got his own cartoon.
Yeah.
Cannabis farm. I mean,
Exactly.
You got it all.
yeah, he
Yeah.
really does. Is that someone that boxers look up to, or is it more like you want to be more like Muhammad Ali or
You know
something
what?
like that?
I feel like I could relate to Mike Tyson more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a guy that came from nothing, and he's more of a how you say it, more of a savage in a way to say it.
Well, yeah, you make THC gummies with Holyfield's ear and a little bite in it. You're a hardcore.
Yeah. So.
But
you know,
but he still maintained his persona.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
know, and that's what you're gonna have to do here in San Bernardino.
Exactly.
And I hope you have a great boxing gym of your own
Yeah.
someday.
Yeah, hopefully.
For sure.
yeah.
Help the San Bernardino kids rise up from the streets. The boxing does help so much, keeping them
Oh, yeah.
in shape. You mentioned the discipline.
Exactly.
That's something that's so important, especially when you're doing athletics, and especially professional sports.
Yep, definitely.
You have to practice. You got to eat
Exactly,
right.
exactly.
You also have to give up a few things, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like what do you miss the most when you're full training?
Honestly,
Tacos or I revisit that.
honestly, yeah. Just I mean, when you cut weight, it makes you appreciate food, way more because when you're in training camp and you want to eat something that you can't, it all adds up, man. And then after your fight and you get to relax a little bit, that's why I like to eat.
Get your favorite
Yeah,
food. then.
yeah, exactly.
Is your favorite food at that point? Is it something you buy, or is it from like your madre, or like
Honestly,
Mama, make me some
yeah.
tacos?
Yeah, I don't know. I eat everything, man.
Yeah,
I
you
like
eat it
everything.
all?
Yeah, I eat everything.
Well, I just know that if I start eating tacos, I'm being bad.
Tacos aren't that bad.
Oh well, they aren't either. They're not that bad in my belly. Too. I'm actually a little hungry right
I
now.
just had tacos last night.
Oh. So in the grand scheme of things, I want to thank you both for showing up today. We have a few minutes left. I want to ask you, can you give some kids some advice that would want to be a boxer and that they don't know what to do, and should they?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, man. If you feel like you want to be a boxer, I feel like everyone definitely has a chance to be a boxer. It doesn't matter where you come from. It matters, what you do. I do advise people to join boxing gyms here in San Bernardino because, like I said, it keeps you off the streets. It gives you a purpose. It gets you in shape. You get exercise in. And I advise everybody,
Does it get you chicks?
You know what?
No, but there's some girl boxers now too, so I guess you could get you a guy too.
Yeah.
Or a guy well, my chick's a boxer.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, do the girls swoon after you, and your lady has to get crazy out there? Or?
Just bring out the broom and kick them off. Get away,
Yeah, honestly, no, not really, man. Not too much. I mean, I'm not really that type of guy to put myself out there in situations like that. So, no, not really.
It's not Leo, Rico, Suave, Louis.
Yeah, not really.
Oh man, well, thank you. It's been great to watch your progression, dude, and to know that like you were like in high, it was barely out of high school, and you maintained doing what you love. I mean, I get a lot of professionals in this in here from all different aspects of life, including doing bands and things like that.
Okay.
And they all have their own businesses, and to see one that's successful for 5 years, that just makes me super happy here in San Marino. That means that it's probably going to do it a lot more years.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, definitely. That's the plan.
And I do hope that someday you have your own gym here. Maybe that'll be your big payday someday. And,
yeah, definitely.
Olympics, do you go for any of that, or how does that work?
And the Olympics is basically considered amateur still.
Okay. So if you make money, you can't do that, or can you do that?
Yeah, you definitely could. Now they made it available now to professionals. But before, if you're a professional boxer, you weren't allowed to fight in the Olympics.
Yeah,
box
they
in the
just
Olympics.
basically recently changed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
would
honestly,
you ever do that, or?
No, I wouldn't. Mm-hmm. But honestly, you know, being to get to the Olympics is probably way harder. It's really hard. Yeah, it's really hard. So anybody that gets to that position where they could, fight in the Olympics, I take my hats off to them because I know it'll be a lot of hard work. Nah.
Yeah, you're like, what I'm doing is hard work too. Waking up every morning, right?
Definitely.
Eating well, man. You're inspiring me, man. Maybe I won't eat as many tacos tonight. Actually, my lady has me on a diet right now.
Oh, really?
But I keep cheating. But I occasionally, if you can still integrate eating good into your overall diet.
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely, yeah.
And it may not be perfect, but I have lost a little weight, team. I'm down 10 pounds in the last
wow.
10
month.
pounds, man.
Yeah, that's 10 pounds.
For sure.
Yeah, so the eating less, it's hard when you have sponsors that are food places, right?
Yeah,
And before we leave, what about your sponsors? Could you tell us who your sponsors are? Or?
I have a sponsor. My sponsors for my last fight were for Alferia, right? It's a clothing brand, and I know I've had a lot of mobile detailing. Well, I don't know where they're based off of.
San Bernardino.
Oh, they're from San Bernardino. It's a
detailing.
It's a mobile detailer here in San Bernardino. And then who was the last one again?
Colton Cuts.
Oh, Colton Cuts, barbershop in Colton.
Okay.
Yeah,
and sponsors, if you just heard, please feel free to advertise on I Love San Bernardino group. We have 60,000 members on Facebook.
Awesome.
And
sure.
Cool.
There's a lot of barbers on there, and there's a lot of people who are just trying to make their business work. And and of course, if you tag me in your fights and stuff, I'll share those from Instagram all day long. No worries.
Even come out to them, man.
Yeah, that would actually be a lot of fun, and I'd like to check that out.
That would be cool.
We appreciate you, Leo.
Yeah,
right on, Michael.
Right, Mr.
right
Rob.
on. And
For
Madre, I love you. Thank you for coming on the show. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day and happy early birthday.
I love San Bernardino, and this is Robert Porter, and we...
Children are counting on our safe driving habits. When you get on the road, remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. This reminder, courtesy of All Magic Paint and Body, proudly serving the Inland Empire for over 27 years. For the best quality collision, body paint, and repair shop, look to the pros who get the job done right the first time. Call 909-434-0500. That's 909-434-0500. Or visit allmagicauto.com. That's allmagicauto.com. That's All Magic Paint and Body, on the air because they care.
KCAA Loma Linda. The Legacy KCAA 1050 AM and Express 106.5 FM.
NBC News Radio, I'm Brian Shook. Officials in Texas have identified the 8 people killed in a mass shooting at a mall near Dallas over the weekend. The group of victims includes a 3-year-old boy and 2 grade school girls. Several others were injured after a gunman wearing body armor opened fire with an AR-15 style assault weapon at Allen Premium Outlets on Saturday. The shooter, who's been identified as a 33-year-old Hispanic man, was later killed by police. Reports say he had been removed from the military over mental health issues. The New York judge overseeing former President Trump's criminal hush money case is restricting Trump from posting about some evidence on social media. The judge issued the order Monday, largely siding with Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg by limiting Trump's ability to publicize information in the case. The White House says it's Congress's constitutional duty to raise the debt ceiling.
There shouldn't be negotiations on the debt limit. This is something that they should get to regular order and get to work on.
Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said President Biden will make clear to House Speaker Kevin McCarthy lawmakers must pass an increase of the nation's borrowing limit without conditions when the leaders meet Tuesday. The California Reparations Panel has approved payments of up to $1.2 million to every qualified black resident. Phil Hewlett has more.
The state's Reparation Task Force voted over the weekend to recommend cash payments and a formal apology. Lawmakers will now decide whether to move forward with the plan. Critics say the reparations could cost California more than $800 billion, just as the state faces a $22 billion budget deficit. I'm Phil Hewlett.
West Virginia men's basketball coach Bob Huggins is apologizing for using a homophobic slur on a radio show. You're listening to the latest from NBC News Radio.
Tahibo Tea Club's original Pure Pau de Arco Super Tea comes from the only tree in the world that fungus does not grow on. As a result, it naturally has antifungal, anti-infection, antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammation, and anti-parasite properties. So the tea is great for healthy people because it helps build the immune system, and it can be truly miraculous for someone fighting a potentially life-threatening disease due to an infection, diabetes, or cancer. The tea is also organic and naturally caffeine-free. A 1-pound package of tea is $49.95, which includes shipping. To order, please visit TahiboTeaClub.com. Tahibo is spelled T like Tom, A-H-E-E-B like boy, O, then continue with the word tea and then the word club. The complete website is TahiboTeaClub.com, or call us at 818-610-8088, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. California time. That's 818-610-8088, TahiboTeaClub.com.
This segment sponsored by the generous support of the Dream Team. Looking for the keys to something bigger and better? Downsizing or relocating to the perfect spot? Oscar Ramirez from Century 21 Lois Lauer Real Estate and Matt Flores from Secure Choice Lending are here to help you sell or buy with their trusted and experienced knowledge and advice. People are calling Oscar and Matt at 951-751-3249. That's 951-751-3249. Real estate and loan advisors Oscar and Matt can give you a no-cost consultation. You don't have to buy anything. Matt and Oscar can help you figure your way through the complicated real estate market. Email Oscar at loislauer.com or on Instagram at Oscar Ramirez Garcia and Matt Flores at securechoicelending.com. Don't let today's real estate pitfalls stop you from dreaming. Make your new home dreams come true. DRE number 0207-0344. Se habla español.
I'm Robert Manny, host of Guys Radio, heard Wednesdays at 8 and Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on KCAA. Guys Radio is the place where men and women can be at their best and everyone wins. We're here to inform you, inspire you, and empower you through the journeys, stories, and insights of the guests I bring you every week to the show. This is Robert Manny, host of Guys Radio, inviting you to join me Wednesdays at 8 and Sundays at 6 p.m. right here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
All Magic Paint and Body reminds drivers our children are counting on our safe driving habits. When you get on the road, remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. This reminder, courtesy of All Magic Paint and Body, proudly serving the Inland Empire for over 27 years. For the best quality collision, body paint, and repair shop, look to the pros who get the job done right the first time. Call 909-434-0500. That's 909-434-0500. Or visit allmagicauto.com. That's allmagicauto.com. That's All Magic Paint and Body, on the air because they care.
Miss your favorite show? Download the podcast at kcaaradio.com.
KCAA.
Hello, Inland Empire.